All right, so welcome, my friends. Hello, my name is Jason Gorenstein, and we are doing some uh, yoga today. I am going to be changing this over, I believe, because hello, hello, yeah, because I think that the microphone is, for whatever reason, not picking up the. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? I don't know. Maybe. This is the. So I'm trying to figure out this whole microphone ordeal. So until I get it resolved, I'm going to just change over the audio. Okay, that should be better. So, yes. So let's start over again. Hello, my name is Jason Gorenstein, and this is our Hatha Yoga Level 1-2 class. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today is Wednesday, July the 8th, 2020, a little past 12 o'clock. And we're going to be doing some yoga together. So without further ado, let us begin, and let's join our way onto our mats, if you will. All right. So we're going to begin today's class in a seated position, and you can begin seated on your mat or on a blanket, cross legs, and close the eyes. So just begin to allow that breath to be long and slow here, and begin to notice your inhalations and your exhalations. And as you notice your inhalations and as you notice your exhalations, take your hands to the center chest here and just continue to breathe in and out through the nose. Good. You're going to interlace the fingers at the center chest, press your palms forward in front of you, take your arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. And we're going to take a couple rounds of cat and cow pose just like this. So rounding the spine on the exhalation, and on the inhalation, lifting up through the chest. And as you exhale, rounding across the spine, and as you inhale, lifting up through the chest. And one more time, exhaling, rounding across the spine. And as you inhale, peeling up the chest. So this time we're going to take the left arm over to the left, right arm extends over the head. Just turn the head up towards the ceiling here. Breathe here. Press down through those left fingers, revolve the chest up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, glide your right hand over the head, and you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. So lengthening through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. Excellent. One more time, extending over towards the right, or rather towards the left, right arm over the head. Then back to center, and let's do the same thing on the other side. Perfect. And as you feel ready here, we're going to find our way onto our hands and our knees. Spread across the fingers here. Press down through thumb and forefinger. Begin to float those thighs on up. Downward facing dog pose. Just breathe here. Let that breath be long and slow. So spread across the fingers. Lift the inner forearms up. Wrap the outer armpits in. And breathe here. Press the heels back. Press the thighs back. And as you feel ready, you're going to walk the feet forward towards the hands and find your way into a nice forward fold. Take your right thumb, bring it into the left elbow crease. Take your left thumb, bring it into the right elbow crease. Release the arms on down. Press down through the toes. Turn the outer thighs. And release that on down. Now take your hands to the low back, press down through the feet. Inhale, peel up the chest. Find your way to standing. Open up the palms here. Interlace the fingers in front of the chest. Press your palms forward, lift the arms all the way up. And press down through the feet. Glide the chest over to one side. And back to center again, and glide the chest over to the other side. And back to center. As you feel ready, interlace the fingers behind the back, pull the fingers down, raise the arms up and over the head. Release the head on down as you breathe here. See that the weight travels from the heels to the toes. Close the eyes. Allow that breath to be long and slow. And on an inhale, lift the chest, heart, and sternum all the way up. Take the hands to the hips, walk the feet wide apart. Turn the toes out to the right side of the room. And hinge on forward as you move into triangle pose. Press down through the right ball of the foot. Drive the right heel on in. See that right hip drives back as the left outer heel presses on down. Breathe here as you lengthen across the chest. Roll the right shoulder underneath, lengthening up through the left fingers. And breathe. So as we hold this triangle pose, add a light bend to that right knee. So allow that chest to be lengthening here. Allow the eyes to be soft. Allow the breath to be long and slow. That left arm comes right up over the shoulder. And you breathe here as you lengthen across the chest. Inhale, float the left arm on up and turn the feet back to center. We're going to glide the feet over to the other side. So be here for a moment as you press down through the feet. See that the left heel aligns with the right arch of the foot. Hinge at those hips and glide your left hand down the leg. Left hand comes to left shin. Right arm extends all the way up towards the ceiling. Draw the left shoulder underneath you. Lengthen up through those fingers. Reach up towards the ceiling here. Press down through the right pinky toe side of the foot. Lengthen across the chest, the heart, the sternum. Press down through the left ball of the foot. Keep lifting up through those right fingers. So whenever we hold poses, we take our time to just be in the pose. Oftentimes when we're in a yoga class, we're moving pretty quickly. In a vinyasa class, sometimes in a hatha class, we just hold the pose. We press down to the right pinky toe side of the foot. We press down to the left pinky toe mound. Drive that left hip back as the right hip drives forward. And breathe. Lengthening across the chest, the heart, the sternum. Inhale, lifting that arm up. Turn the feet back into parallel and step the feet back together. So as you step the feet together, spread across the fingers here. Bring the outer thighs in, lengthen across the sternum and breathe here. And lengthen across the chest, the heart, the sternum. Take the fingers behind the back, interlace the fingers. Walk the feet a little bit wider apart. Hinge on forward. Take the arms all the way up towards the ceiling. See that the big toe mounts press on down. See that the thigh bones lift on up. Continue to breathe. Spreading across the shoulders, releasing that head on down. Inhale, peeling that chest on up. Interlace the fingers, raise the arms up towards the ceiling. Let's find our way back into downward facing dog pose. Walk the feet on back. See that the feet are hips width distance apart. Close the eyes and breathe here. Allow the inner forearms to lift. Allow the outer armpits to wrap on in. Focus your knees down to the mat. Interlace your fingers here and walk your feet on back. Come into a plank pose. And just press down through the forearms, wrists, and the fingers. Walk those feet in. And breathe. See that those heels are pressing on back. See that belly is hugging in. Press down through the outer forearms, release the head on down. We'll lower the knees down to the mat, lower the head down to the mat. Breathe here. Just spread across those shoulders. Now take your hands, place them back down on the mat, spread across the fingers here. Inhale, peel up that chest, exhale, pressing up and back, downward facing dog pose. Walk the feet forward towards the hands. On an inhale, lift up through the chest, heart, and sternum. And as you exhale, hinge and fold. Raise the arms up towards the ceiling, lengthen across the fingers. And as you exhale, glide the arms out to the sides. Hands come to the hips one more time. Step the feet wide apart. Turn both feet over the right, bend the right knee. Press down through the left heel. Right knee is bent. And take your arms out to the sides. Keep bending into that right knee. Keep taking that left arm back. Excellent. Straighten across that leg. Turn the right foot in. Turn the left leg out. Bend into the left knee. And arms come out to the side. Drive the right arm back. Drive the left arm forward. And breathe in. And breathe into the chest, the heart, the sternum. Good. Straighten across that leg. Turn the feet in. Step the feet back together. As you step the feet back together, let the chest be lifted here. Let the heart be lifted and breathe. Soften your eyes. Good. Interlace the fingers at the center chest. Press your palms forward. Raise your arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. Glide your fingers over to the right. Back to center. Glide your fingers all the way over the left. And back to center. Release your hands back down to your sides once again. Take the feet wide apart. So feet are wide apart here. Just press down through the big toe mounds of the feet. See that the outer heels are pressing down. See that the hands remain on the hips. Breathe here and feel in from the inner legs to the outer legs. Notice how the chest lifts up off of the thighs. Notice how the shoulders draw back away from the ears. Notice how the belly hugs in here. Spin both feet over the right side of the room and bend deeply into that right knee. Let's take the right forearm and place it on the right thigh. So as you breathe here, lengthen across the chest. This is called side angle pose. And take your left arm, extend it all the way up towards the ceiling. Glide that arm up and extend that arm up and over your head. Spin the fingers down to face the mat. Look up towards that left palm. And breathe here. Good. As you inhale, lift on up. Warrior two. Straighten that right leg. Turn your right foot in. Turn your left leg out. Bend deeply into your left knee. And place your left arm on your left thigh. Right arm up towards the ceiling. Glide that right arm up and over the head. Keep pressing down through the right pinky toe side of the foot. Keep pressing down through the left thigh. Lengthen across the chest. So we hold here for a moment. And whenever we hold in a pose, we're just feeling into the stability of the pose. It's never easy to hold in a pose, especially over a duration of time. So when we hold, we're trying to feel into where we can notice our contact points. And then inhale, lift that right arm up, come back up, and straighten across that left leg. Turn the feet in, and step the feet back together. Spin the palms to face the front of the room. Interlace the fingers at the center chest. Press your palms forward. Raise your arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. Glide your fingers over to the left. Inhale, come back to center. Glide your fingers over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. Take your hands, interlace your hands behind the back. Walk the feet a little bit wider apart. And take the arms up and over your head. Wrap your outer arms in. See that the shoulder blades move into the center chest. Release the head on down. And inhale, lift the chest on up. Good, guys. All right, so one more time. Let's take these feet wide apart. Let's see that we're pressing down through the feet. Keep the hands on the hips for a moment. See that you're spreading across the toes. See that you're pressing from the inner to the outer foot here. Very nice. And as you feel ready, spin the feet over to the right, bend deeply into the right knee. Take your right hand inside of your right leg. Left hand on your left hip. As you press the left pinky toe side of the foot down, left arm lifts up. Spin the arm up over the head. Raise the arm up and then look towards those left fingers. Raising up through the chest, the heart, the sternum here. Press through the left ball of the foot. Keep lengthening through that left arm. Breathe here as you bend into that right knee. Draw the right outer hip in and continue to lengthen across the chest. See that you're spinning your left chest up towards the ceiling. See that you're pressing down through the right fingers. Inhale, float the left arm up. Glide that arm up and then straighten across the right leg. Turn your right foot in. Turn your left leg out. Once again here, bend into that left knee. Place the left hand down inside the leg. Drive the left outer hip in. Right arm up towards the ceiling here. Glide the right hand down. Glide the right arm up. And glide the right arm forward. Lengthen across the fingers here. Press through the right heel. Drive the left buttocks in. Look towards those fingers. Keep breathing here as you lengthen across the chest. See that that belly hugs in. See that that chest lifts up. Inhale, float the right arm up. Raise on up. Hands come to the hips. Turn the feet in and step the feet back in. Turn the palms to face the center of the room and breathe here. So we interlace the fingers at the center chest. We press our palms forward in front of us. We take our arms all the way up towards the ceiling here. Keep lengthening through the fingers as you hug that belly in. On an exhalation, take your hands behind the back. Interlace the fingers here. Lean forward. Inhale, take the arms up towards the ceiling. But as you take the arms up towards the ceiling, release the head on down. And breathe. Wrap the outer triceps on in. Let go of the head. Close the eyes and breathe. So whenever we come into a forward fold, this is another opportunity for us just to release the torso, release the trunk of the body. On an inhale, lift the chest on up, come back up to standing. Hands come to the hips again. Step the feet wide apart. Spin the feet over the right side of the room once again. Bend deeply into that right knee. One more time. Let's bring that right hand outside, inside of the leg. Take the left hand, this time work it behind you. As you feel ready, lift up those right fingers and maybe grab hold of your fingers behind the leg. Keep bending into that right knee. Lift the chest here. So you want to lean into that leg, but you need to lift the chest. And then revolve back. Press through the feet. Revolve the chest, heart, and sternum. Look on up. And then as we inhale, we come back to warrior 2. Straighten across that right leg. Turn the right foot in. Turn the left leg out. Bend deeply into that left knee. Release the left hand on down. Take the right hand behind the hip. Then from here, glide that hand back behind you. Lift up through the chest, the heart, the sternum. Bend deeply into that left knee. See that that left hip drives in. See that you press down through the right pinky toe side of the foot. And revolve the chest through. Breathe. Good, and as you inhale, lift that right arm up. Warrior 2. Straighten. Take the feet back to parallel. Step the feet back together. Let the chest face the center of the room. Let the eyes be soft here. Interlace the fingers once again. Press your palms forward. Raise your arms up towards the ceiling. So we do this in order for us to create lengthened space in those shoulders. Whenever we take the arms up and over the head, it's an opportunity for us to begin to breathe here and to lengthen across the body. Pressing down through the feet. Hugging that belly in. And breathing in. We take the hands down to the hips. We bend deeply into the left knee. Spin that left heel in. And glide the left foot up towards the right thigh crease. Whoa. And as you feel ready here, press the left foot into the right thigh. Hands come into the center chest and breathe here. As you breathe, right thigh presses into left foot presses into right thigh. Continue to breathe as you press through that right foot. See if you can feel the stability of that right leg. So even as we hold this pose, we're gently allowing for ourselves to allow the left buttocks to move in towards the body as you hug the belly on in. Breathe here. Maybe even extend your arms all the way up towards the ceiling. And lengthening through the fingers, press the fingers towards one another. See that that belly hugs in. See that that chest lengthens here. Good, and as you exhale, let's take the hands into the center chest and release that left foot on down. Right knee comes to a bend, right heel spins in, right foot comes up towards the left thigh. Press left foot into right thigh. Breathe here as you bring the hands into the center chest. So once again here, we take a tree pose in order for us to find balance. We can test where our mind is at by knowing how long we can stay in a tree pose for. Because when we're in tree pose, we need to feel a sense of balance. If we're off balance, if the mind's off balance, not focusing, then we may lose contact with the ground. And then as a result, we may become unstable. So we need to keep finding this contact point with the ground. We still need to feel that sense of pressing down through the left foot as we rebound up through the chest, heart, and sternum. Maybe the fingers float up. Maybe the fingers come up over the head. Press the right foot into the left thigh. Buttocks draws in. And the hands come into the center chest and you release that right foot on down. Spin the palms to open here. Open the chest, the heart, the sternum. Good, and as you exhale here, you're going to take these hands down to the mat. You're going to walk the feet on back and come into downward facing dog pose. Release the head down here. Spread across the fingers. Firm the outer thighs in. And breathe. Oh, lower those knees down to the mat. And one more time, interlace the forearms here, right underneath the chest. As you take the feet on back, see that the buttocks lengthens towards the heels. See that the chest lengthens towards the crown of the head. Now take both feet, turn both feet over the right, and firm the belly in. See that you continue to breathe here as you press down through the left forearm and through the fingers. Now come back to center and glide over the other side. And come back to center. Now walk the feet in. Walk your feet in and come into what we call dolphin pose. Press down through the forearm, rest and fingers. Revolve the outer arms in. Engage the belly here. Press the thigh bones back. This is called dolphin's pose. And breathe here. And from dolphin's pose, let's release those knees on down. Come onto our hands and our knees here, spread across the fingers. Again, float the thigh bones up, and we come back into our downward facing dog. We're going to take the right foot and step it in between the hands. So you can lower the knees down if you want. You can step that foot on forward and take the arms up towards the ceiling. This is called crescent pose. So as we take crescent pose here, see that the left calf is pressing down. See that the left thigh is hugging back. Left outer hip is driving forward, though, as the right hip drives back. Good, and on an exhalation, you'll take your hands and place them inside of the leg. You'll walk your right foot out to the right side. And breathe here. This is like it's like a lizard's pose. Hands are spread wide apart, eyes are soft, the right knee is moving towards the right tricep. Outer thighs are revolving in. Fingers are spread wide apart. Good, and as you feel ready, let's step that right leg on back. Release the head on down. We're going to shift forward into a plank pose. You're going to roll onto your left side this time. Inhale, float the right arm up towards the ceiling. So both feet are on the ground. See that the thighs are moving towards one another. See that the left shoulder is moving towards the left armpit, or the left rib cage is moving to the left armpit. Left shoulder is moving away from the ear. Good, and as you exhale, lower that right hand on down. Glide to the other side. Inhale, float that left arm up. So spread across the fingers here. Firm the outer armpit in. Breathe here as you lengthen across the chest. Maybe even look up towards the left fingers here. And as you exhale, lower that hand on down. Downward facing dog pose. Bring the left foot in between the hands. Inhale, float the arms up towards the ceiling here. On an exhale, bring your hands inside the leg. Walk the foot out and breathe. Release that head on down. Soften those eyes. Spread across the fingers. It's like a wizard's pose, if you will. And then from wizard's pose, you're just going to take that left leg on back. You're going to step back into downward facing dog again. Swap the feet forward towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise the arms up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, glide those hands to the sides. Again, interlace the hands behind the back. Pull the fingers down the back of the spine. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, hinge and fold. Wrap your outer armpits in. And breathe in. And inhale, peel up the chest. Hands come to the hips. Step the feet wide apart. Spin the feet over to the right. See that left hip drives forward. See that right hip drives back. And begin to lean forward. As you lean forward, place the hands down on the mat. You know, if you can't place your hands down on the mat, grab hold of a block, grab hold of 2 blocks. Even if you can, sometimes it's nice to just feel the extension, elongation of the body. Lengthen out through the sternum here. So the hands are right underneath the shoulders. Press down to the right ball of the foot. Drive the left outer hip or right outer hip back. And breathing here. Lengthening across the chest, the heart, the sternum. And inhale, lifting on up. Let's go to the other side. Spinning to the other side. Spreading across the toes. Firming the outer hips in. Breathing here as you release the left toes down. Revolve the left outer hip back. Lengthen the right side of the chest forward. Inhale, lifting on up. Good. Okay, so from here, we've already kind of started the extension of the legs. Take the hands back to the hips, spin the left foot in, spin the right foot out. You're going to take the right knee to a bend. Right knee bends about 90 degrees. You can walk your right toes forward if you need a wider stance in the leg. And then take your arms and glide the arms up towards the ceiling. So this is warrior 1 pose. Hug that belly in. See that the right thigh draws down. See that the right outer hip hugs in. Breathe here as you lengthen across the chest, the heart, the sternum. So firm the right outer hip in. Press that left heel down. And bend deeply into that right knee. Straighten across the right leg. Turn your feet in towards center. Turn your feet over to the other side. And let's pause here for a moment. Just see that the left heel is in line with the left hip. See that the right heel is turned in. Bend deeply into that knee, and inhale, fold the arms on up. And lengthen through the chest, heart, and sternum here. Press down through the right heel, from the left outer hip in. And breathe here as you lift across those fingers. Let that breath be long and slow, and then straighten across that leg. Now take your feet and bring your feet back to parallel. And then take your hands down the legs. Bring your hands down to the mat. Maybe the head releases to the floor. Maybe just walk the hands back. Let's see that the head is releasing down. Wrap your outer armpits in. Thigh bones draw back, belly in. and lengthen through the side ribs. I see that you press down through the big toe mounds of your feet. And on an in-breath, lengthen through the chest. Come on up. Exhale, forward fold again. Keep the hands and release the hands behind the back. Take the arms up over the ceiling. Wrap the other armpits in. And inhale, lift up. Take your feet, walk your feet in towards one another, and find your way into standing pose. Tadasana, mountain pose. Interlace the fingers here, press your palms forward. Inhale, lift the arms up. Glide the fingers over to the left, and back to center. And glide the fingers over to the right, and back to center. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come into Ekapada Apanasana, which is a standing split pose. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your blocks, you'll place them on either side of your legs, you'll come into Ardha Uttanasana, half forward fold. And then what you'll do is you'll bend the right leg. So you'll lift the right knee to a bend, you kind of lift that right leg up, and then you lift the right leg all the way back up behind you, however far it goes. If you don't need blocks, you can lower your hands all the way down to the mat here, okay? Then from here, you're gonna take your right arm, you're gonna bring your right elbow, or rather, let's do the left. You're gonna take your left arm, you're gonna wrap the elbow around the leg and draw the elbow in towards the kneecap. Keep lifting up to that right leg here. So you lengthen the chest, you release the head on down and breathe here. That right leg extends back. Lifts on up. Maybe you take your right hand, walk it towards the foot, and you take both hands to the foot. Wrap the elbows around the foot. Keep pressing down through the toes. Keep breathing as you lift up through that leg. Alright, and exhale. Hands come down. Release that right foot on down. Inhale, let's lift halfway up here for a moment. And as you exhale, let's move to the other side. So let's take our hands down to the mat, bend that left knee, lift the left leg on up. So start by taking the right hand to the right shin, wrap it around, then you'll bend at that left elbow and lift that left leg up. It's fine if the leg just comes parallel with the thigh. It doesn't have to lift all the way up towards the ceiling here. As long as you're lengthening the leg, it's fine. And then from here, maybe walk the left fingers closer, maybe hold on to that right foot as you drive both elbows up towards the shin. And breathe here as you draw the shoulder blades away from the ears. Nice. And as you exhale, lower right hand down, lower the left hand down, lower the left foot down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. So let's find our way back onto our mats once again. Downward facing dog. Good. And release the knees on down to the mat. So, right now, we're going to move into Shirshasana, or headstand pose. So what I'd like you to do is set up a blanket. You can put your mat here as well, blanket or mat. You place it right here against the wall. And then, so you're going to go into this pose. You could try to go into this pose. Typically, we want to see how long we can hold dolphin's pose for. So if you can hold dolphin's pose for a good amount of time, then I think that you should be okay in this pose. If you have difficulty holding the dolphin's pose, then you may want to change it up. So dolphin's pose is really the key example here to seeing how long we're able to hold this pose for. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to find the top of your head. So to find the top of your head, you take your two pointer fingers, you glide them up the sides of the ears. You find a soft spot at the very top of the head. There should be like an indentation point. That spot, that's typically where you're going to place your head. You can tuck your pants in if you like me, just to kind of keep your shirt inside so your shirt's not flying up. And then you can face the wall. So You may not want to take this pose if you have a history of high blood pressure, stroke, hypertension, you have issues with vertigo, you have issues with head or neck problems, any problems with head or neck. Just skip the pose. You could take the legs up the wall instead. So any eye pressure issues, skip the pose. So legs up the wall is like this. You just take your legs and you bring them right next to the wall. You bring your hips right next to the wall and you just glide your legs up the wall. So this is a great resting pose to take, especially for an afternoon practice. You could take this for 3 to 5 minutes. So when we take this pose, you can close the eyes and just let the body relax. Now, you're getting all of the nourishment from the previous poses that we just did, so you're still benefiting in that way. You're still benefiting from the previous poses that we already took. And then from here, you'll interlace the fingers, you'll press down through the fingers, wrists, forearms, release the forehead down, lift the legs on up. So if you want to try the pose, take one leg up, see if you can lift that leg up so much that you jump it to the wall. If you jump to the wall and you feel very unstable, then please just skip the pose for today. I would recommend taking 3 or 4 more rounds of Dolphin's pose. Dolphin's pose is really the key to developing a good headstand pose. So if you guys want to be in headstand for a long time, do Dolphin's pose many times. Do Dolphin's pose many times. And then from here, as you feel ready, just take those legs up. Wrap the outer thighs in. You can soften the eyes here. And let the breath be long and slow. So firm that belly in. Lengthen the back shoulders up. Wrap your outer armpits in. And breathe in here as you lift up through the legs. Hug that belly on in. And see that you lengthen across the chest. So usually we take Shirshasana from 3 to 5 minutes. So whenever we take this pose, it's a great opportunity for us to just observe where our body is at, observe where our mind is at. So whenever you take your legs up above your head, you need to find a sense of balance or stability here. And if you feel unstable in this pose, maybe begin to realign yourself. So you may need to kind of walk your feet in a specific way and reorient yourself. So if you feel unstable at all. And just as you take those legs up, the belly hugs in, shoulder blades move in and up, and then you feel that belly hugging in here. And breathe in. Outer thighs revolve in, keep breathing here through the legs. And continue to breathe here. Continue to lift up through those legs. The chest, the heart, the sternum. And the longer we stay in Shirshasana for, typically they said in Iyengar class you want to stay in it between 5 and 10 minutes. But the longer we stay in this pose for, the more relaxing it becomes. You still need to press down through the forearms, wrists, and fingers. You still need to tuck the tailbone in. Maybe at this point in the class you could try to take your feet away from the wall. Flex the feet if you do so, and keep pressing down through the forearm, wrists, and the fingers. So really distribute the weight. So we're not really utilizing our neck here. We're really utilizing our shoulders for this pose. Our shoulders become the key of the pose, not the neck, the shoulders. That's it. And then as you feel ready, you can lower one leg down, and then the other leg, and release the head all the way down to the mat. I'm going to be here for a moment. So we're going to come to the counter pose. A good evening pose to take is called shoulder stand. And I don't have too much props for this pose. Typically I would recommend 3 blankets, but I only have one. So it's okay. You can still take this pose with one blanket, folding it in half, and just seeing that your fingers hold on to the outer edges of the mat. See that your shoulders are maybe about 2 inches from the edge of that blanket, and then you're gonna take your legs and scoop them and take them up and over the head. Roll your shoulders underneath you. You can interlace your fingers here and take Halasana. This is called plow pose, Halasana. And then if you'd like, you can take one leg up and breathe here. So keep pressing down through the shoulders. That's really the key part in this pose. It's called shoulder stand. But also remember, it's that idea of distributing the weight towards the shoulders, wrists, and fingers away from the neck. So the neck, yes, of course, the neck is in a mild a bend, but you're not really putting all of your weight on your neck. You're putting all your weight on the shoulders and the upper arms. And then as you exhale, let's change legs. Let's take that left leg on up this time and breathe here. So one leg's up and one leg is down, and we're breathing. We're breathing into the legs, we're breathing into the hips, and maybe you can lift that leg even higher. And then maybe you bring those elbows down to the mat as you walk the hands down the spine, and maybe you can lift both legs on up. So as you lift both legs on up, you really want to draw the hands towards the backs of the shoulder blades here. Press down through the shoulders, hug that belly in, wrap the outer thighs in, and breathe here. So keep firming that belly in. Squeeze the pubis in, take those legs on up. And as you exhale, you'll take the legs back and over the head. And taking back into Halasana pose. This is our Halasana pose. And you can take your legs very slowly. Keep the head facing the legs. Take the legs back. So very slowly here. And you're going to maybe even want to push your hands down. Keep looking up at the ceiling here as you do so. So that way you protect your neck. You don't get like a whiplash sensation. And then from here, what I'd like you to do is take your hands to your sides and just bring your knees over towards your right. So scoot your hips to the left, bring your knees over to the right. Continue to breathe here. And back to center, scoot your hips to the other side and be on the other side at this time. So just looking over the other way. And then once again, take those feet down. Grab hold of the sides of the mat. Inhale, peel up the chest. Interlace the fingers underneath the back. And breathe here. This is called bridge pose. As we make a bridge. Bridge pose here. And you can take bridge pose anywhere from 3 to 5 breaths to 7 to 9 breaths. Oftentimes when you take bridge pose, you may begin to feel this sense of the liftedness. We also are repeating, as you notice, the body's in a very similar action to shoulder stand. Very similar action. And exhale, lower that pelvis on down. Good. So, from this time, we're going to take Urdhva Dhanurasana. So you'll take Urdhva by taking your hands and placing them right on tops of your shoulders. You'll draw the elbows as close to the ears as possible and spread out across those fingers. As you press down through the feet, lift the pelvis on up, hug that belly in. Then as you press down through the hands, come onto the top of the head. Stop here for a moment. Now reorient yourself. Keep drawing those elbows in. Take your forearms all the way to the wrists. Take your
triceps all the way to the inner arms. And breathe here. So you're wrapping your outer arms in, you're pressing your forearms forward away, and then you're breathing here as the shoulder blades move down the spine. On an exhale, lift the chin up, look up towards the belly, and then release the head on down. Not towards the belly, but just bring the chin towards the chest rather. We're going to do that one more time. Fingers come right behind the shoulders, elbows draw in, press down through the feet, press down. Inhale, come up onto the top of the head, draw the elbows in, inhale, lift on up. Wrap the outer armpits in, wrap the outer thighs in, and breathe here. And as you exhale, lower on down, and breathe. So take the left knee into the chest, left foot comes around the right thigh, and breathe. And let's change legs. So we take the right foot in, bring the right foot over the left thigh, and do exactly the same. And releasing that foot on down. Good. Okay, so from here, let's take hold of our blocks. Okay, maybe or actually, you know what? No, instead of our blocks, sorry about that, guys. We're going to take our right foot in. You're going to come on up, take your right foot into the left thigh, and then you're just going to come into Janu Shirshasana pose. So head to knee pose. If you can't reach your head to your knee, that's fine. You can grab hold of the foot. You can grab hold of the shin. You can take a strap and hold onto a strap. And you're just breathing here in this nice forward fold. So this balances the rest of what we just did today. Forward folds are great ways to rebalance the body. There's 3 poses that BKS Iyengar said were the greatest poses to take. They are our headstand, our shoulder stand, and a pose that we're going to be moving into a second called a full forward fold. Okay, inhale, lift on up. Right leg forward, left leg in, and change. Inhale, lifting on up. Take both legs forward. This is the full forward fold. It's called Paschimottanasana, the west facing the east pose. Release the head on down and breathe here. And obviously you can take this pose, just hold on to the feet. If you want, you can just hold on to the shins. You can be at this pose at any level. And as you feel ready, inhale, lift the chest on up. You're going to come lying down onto your back. Take the legs forward. Move any props out of the way if you can. And then just let the feet spread wide apart. Find your way into Shavasana. We're only here for a couple minutes. Be here for another 30 seconds. Just releasing the body, eyes, shoulders, chest, neck, arms and legs. Now bring your knees into a bend, roll over onto the side, and as you feel ready, press your way on up. Find your way to a seated position. Okay, cross-legged again. So seated position, cross-legged here, hands come to the center chest. And on an exhale, release the chin towards the chest. Namaste. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. Happy Wednesday, everyone. My name is Jason. This was our yoga with Jason G. This is our midday practice, and we still have one more class to go, so you guys can tune in for a wellness class if you'd like at 3 p.m. And I hope you have a phenomenal week, guys. Be well, be happy, my friends. Namaste. Our next Hatha Yoga class is going to be on Friday, July the 10th, 2020 at 12 o'clock. So hopefully you guys can join us then if you'd like. And please let me know how your day is going. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day, everyone. Be well, be happy, my friends. Namaste.